Hi everybody. I know I'm probably still on that same rant, that marriage rant that I've been on like the past several videos. But this is more of like a relationship rant this time, and it goes on with the cheating from the divorce video, my last post. I've found this Marie Claire web page here. There's this article by Rich Santos called Nine Signs That He's Cheating. I'm going to read this kind of verbatim and then talk about it a little bit. Just because, I think, it's kind of good information here. And I want to share it with you guys. Like I said, this article is called Nine Signs He's Cheating. This was written back in February of this year, February 19th of 2010, to be honest. And it says, and like I said, I'm going to read this verbatim. It says, when you get suspicious that your significant other is cheating, be careful not to appear to be paranoid. You have to walk a fine line. You don't want to make false accusations. So, while I'm sharing this list of cheating red flags, I can see that it's a tricky situation. It's hard to be sure someone's cheating, but protect yourself. Be vigilant and pay attention to your mind and spirit within the relationship. But at the same time, be careful not to let anxiety lead the way, because unnecessary paranoia will just drive your lover away. No kidding. Here are some red flags that may signal your significant other is cheating. Less sex. Unless he's Superman, he can only have so much sex. So if he's getting it from another source, you might notice, whether it's another woman or a porn addiction, even if he's not cheating, a decrease in sex signals serious issues in the relationship. Jumpy phone habits. In a perfect world, we'd be open about sharing our correspondence with our significant others. Most of the time, we trust that we won't have to worry about who is texting or calling them. But if you notice he's getting protective and or nervous when he gets calls or texts, it may be cause for alarm. Gushing or talking about someone suddenly. You know that exhilarating feeling you get when you meet someone new and exciting? You want to tell the world about him or her. One of my exes began talking about a guy near the end of our relationship. He just always seemed to be at her social gatherings that I didn't happen to attend. Sure enough, she dumped me. She began dating him. Disconnect. Even though relationships ebb and flow naturally, if you're sensing that he's drawing away from you, there may be somebody else. Emotional disconnect should be investigated regardless of whether it's caused by cheating. Sorry, yawn. Goes on to say there's a problem if he's not laughing or seeming as passionate as usual. It's hard to spread the love passion between two people. So if the person who used to have it will feel it slipping away if it's being given to someone else. He's pulling Houdinis. If he's disappearing, traveling, or unavailable to the point where you are starting to wonder, then he could be cheating. Also, these times tend to take on a pattern because it's tough to sync up schedules, especially in secret. Friends acting strange. His friends will certainly remain loyal to him in most cases. They will not let you know what's going on, but they will definitely be racked with guilt, and their behavior may change slightly when they are around you while protecting his secret. Caught in other lies about other things. If you catch him in a lie, trust will naturally be damaged. Don't hold a grudge. Forgiveness is a good thing. You can forgive, but don't forget. If he consistently breaches your trust, it's establishing a pattern of behavior that leads to cheating. Do yourself a favor. If he keeps lying, whether these lies are big or small, get out while you can and don't let him talk his way back in. Been there, done that. I always say once a cheater, always a cheater. If he's done it before, he's definitely capable of doing it again. It has nothing to do with you, which is why you can't say that he cheated on his previous lover because she didn't keep him happy. Cheating is a self-serving act in which the cheater doesn't take his significant other into consideration. If someone is upfront with you that he's made mistakes in the past, maybe give them a chance. but make it a long probationary period before you let your guard down. The last one is your gut tells you so. Don't ignore your sixth sense. People are gifted at sensing when something doesn't feel right. Whether they are red flags in your relationship that are cluing you in or not, if something feels off, don't ignore this feeling. Usually that feeling is right, and something intangible may have led you to figuring it all out. Do you have any red flags that you'd add to this list? Would you say that you're generally good at figuring cheaters out, or do you seem to find yourself getting cheated on often? What sorts of behaviors do you think are characteristic of someone who would be a cheater? Actually, you know what? With me, I'm of the opinion that, like the cheater part, once a cheater, always a cheater. I actually have somebody that I know, and I won't say how I know this person. I've known them for a very long time, and this person has been married a couple of times. The second time, and it's a woman, her second ex-husband, she cheated on this guy, and with, I forget who, but one of her kids found out that she was cheating on his dad. It was, the second husband was this kid's dad, biological dad. Well, and the kid told dad, hey, mom's, getting some on the side, and that's why she's been gone a lot, and blah, blah, blah. I know for a fact that she probably went and seen this guy, because I know one night I stopped by, this was before, my husband and I got married, and before they got divorced. And I stopped by. I was going to take the kids trick-or-treating or something. I forget. But what happened is she was like, oh, I'm going to go to Frisch's and get food. And the way she said it, I looked at her like, yeah, right. And she never came back. I never saw her again that night. And I looked at my husband, Tony, and I said, after like so long, looked at him, I said, let's go. I mouthed the words, let's go. He and I, and the cool thing about my husband, and I gotta brag on him here, he and I think pretty much alike, and that's part of the reason why we get along so well. And it's like, if I look at him and say, mouth the words, let's go now, 9 times out of 10, he'll be like, okay. He'll shake his head and go, yeah. And I'm like, kind of like signal to him, and he's like, okay. I mean, my husband and I have like our own little language, and we just are so in sync. I love my husband a great deal. He's a wonderful man. I wish there was, I just wish well, never mind. But yeah, I mean, he's pretty cool about certain things. And, he and I had this long discussion about her afterwards. And what's funny is, after she got divorced from her second husband, this woman, I was mean enough to tell her over the phone, to her face, I said, look, you've been married and divorced twice now. I was like, you've got kids. I was like, you owe it to those kids to, be a good parent. I was like, because apparently you can't cut it as a married person. I was like, or you'd still be married to your second husband. And I was not nice about it. I mean, I said it pretty much like that. And I said, you're the most irresponsible married person I know. As far as, like, being faithful. Because, yeah, I mean, if you're going to cheat, that just means that, there's something wrong with you and the relationship that you have with your significant other. I mean, it truly is wrong, But anyway, folks, I'm going to pause here, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a good evening.